This is Lady Myya. Hello, beloveds. I am back. Another podcast. Woo! Okay, so I have Beth Nydick here. Okay, she's a fellow podcaster, but she's also a serial entrepreneur because she has to do all the extras, the ins, the outs, and she's teaching us how to take better care of our branding and what we need to do to kind of go forth and prosper, dog. So certainly we definitely want to get to know her a lot better and what she does and what she is actually giving to the masses at this point in time. So thank you so much, Ms. Beth, for joining us, dear heart. We appreciate your time.
I'm so honored to be here and be with you. I love your energy. I always feel better after I listen to you and one of your sessions. So I'm so excited to be here.
No, honey, listen, everything that you're doing is immaculate, and your energy, oh my gosh, that's top tier. Is that top shelf? That's top shelf? Okay, no.
Only top shelf around here. Are you kidding me?
Yes. Well, we need a little top shelf in life, right? We need, or a lot, depending on who you're talking to. So certainly. So, okay. So tell us about the biz. I know the name is self-proclaimed. And so when we say that and we do that, what are we talking about?
So I'll give you a little bit of the backstory. I was a nutritionist and had a nutrition and lifestyle website and blog for a long time. And then I became a published author. It's funny that you say top shelf because I was published. The book is called Clean Cocktails, Righteous Recipes for the Modern Mixologist. It's all your favorite cocktails just made with healthier whole ingredients. So nice. After the book was published, I was asked to do a lot of keynote speaking because I like to speak about how I got the book made without, the 100,000 followers, how I got the book made without $50,000. And through that, I realized how much I love speaking about branding, marketing, and PR, honestly, a little bit more than I like talking about smoothies and broccoli. So I've transitioned, and it's what I've been doing my whole life anyway, is PR. But I transitioned into really being a media mentor for clients. But I'm going to give you my why up front because I think it's important.
Okay.
I was asked to be on Dr. Oz Blogger, working with my lifestyle company. And I went on and I offered him, and we ate together avocado deviled eggs. It was a great segment. So, but what I didn't have was my website set up correctly. What I didn't have was an opt-in. What I didn't get was the tens of thousands of people who visited my website that week. I didn't get their emails. Like, I don't even want to think about what could have happened if I had gotten all those emails. So we're not going to go there. But what it inspired in me was like, I don't want anybody else's business to have that fault. I don't want anybody else to go through that. So I want to take a holistic look at your company, your brand, or your business and see where it is. And then layer on top of that collaboration, earned media, publicity, TV spots, magazines, Good Morning America, which happens to be my dream for 2021. But I want to bring you to that so that you can really create the future you want. I hate funnels. I hate webinars. They make me cry. So I don't want to go there, but I want to let everybody know that publicity, earned media, and doing it through collaboration is really going to get you far, much farther than you think it will.
I thought so. No, it's not about me. It is about Beth. Let's go there. When you say that, okay, so you've done this and you've gotten to the point of like so many people that are like tuning in and ready to go and just listening and taking off. And I think that is just one of those things that we all kind of want because like this is something different. And now we're in a different space because now with the corona and and different things like that, or, just people having to stay in home or staying, and then they're still trying to juggle because you got kids, you got dogs, you got cats, you got everybody pulling at you, but you still want to be there for your viewers as well. So like what are you finding? Like, what are you finding even now in the chaotic of it all, because it is chaotic, because now it's just a whole bunch of voices, and now, most of them aren't yours.
No, it's been crazy, but I have to tell you that I've had more media hits, more TV segments, more everything because we're home. Because I don't need to travel to California to be on your show. I can do it from my kitchen. I don't have to
True.
travel somewhere to be interviewed because we're going to do it like this on Zoom. So
Yes.
actually, it's making publicity and TV especially much more accessible to the new entrepreneur, to the established entrepreneur, to everybody. And
Yes.
and I want everyone to look at it this way. All these producers, editors, and publishers were sitting in an office. Now a lot of them are home, either alone or with their family. And
Mm,
what's the right word? What's their one objective for every day?
yeah.
Content. And guess what, baby? You're the content. So they
Mm,
need us. They really do. Like their day's not done until they have all the guests they need and all the segments they had to produce. So if
true.
you think of it this way, like it's really a win-win situation when you connect with a producer or you get onto their platform because they
Mhm.
need you just as much as you need them.
True. Oh wow. So we're the gold, dearest. We're the
Yeah.
mineral.
Yeah, we help them succeed at their job. If they didn't have it, they didn't have us to come on. Like I'm doing a segment tomorrow. Actually, I'm doing a segment today, later today. If I don't show up and they don't have me come on, they're in deep, you know what? Like it's not going
Yeah.
to work for them. So
Yeah.
the access to those people, Twitter, Instagram, their email addresses, like everyone's on their computer. So it's not like you're sending these emails into the abyss really anymore because people are really paying attention.
Right. Oh, that's true. That is very true. When you start seeing those numbers in red, you're like, dang it. I guess I better go through and see what's going to work for me today or this week or what have you, just to make my life a little bit easier. That makes sense. Complete sense. Okay, so the story was, you came, you conquered. That's what happened, and now you're teaching, and I love that. I love that. So like what are you finding people are saying about your content?
Honestly, I've gotten the two of the best testimonials I've gotten in a long time. I opened up my calendar to do 20 intensive calls just to help my clients out a little bit before the holidays and also get some market research. And this is what they're saying. They're saying, get Beth's brain on your business. Like that's
Mm.
the highest compliment I can get. In
Yeah.
20 minutes, she changed my business. In 20 minutes, she did this. In 20 minutes, she did that.
Yes.
So I have to tell you that it's really having those conversations about your business. If it's with me, if it's with you, if it's with your dog, like honestly, have those conversations because that's when the magic happens. That's when you break through the blocks. That's when you can actualize what you honestly want to do.
That is very true. Very true. Oh wow. I love that. You know what? I know there's a story. I know I can feel it. There's a story. There's a story. You're like, I'm gonna die to tell a story. Oh, don't pick me for this. But normally you have something that kind of pulls you in to
Mhm.
doing what you did. What you're doing. I should say. What was that story like?
So I'm actually an ex TV production person. So BC before children, because that's how I that's how I see my life before and after children. I was I interned for Jay Leno. I worked at MTV. I worked at VH1. I worked at Fox before I was Fox News when it was just a cable station. I
Mhm.
always I always make that caveat. But I was always in the TV production world. Worked on movies, so it's really me going back to my love. It's going back to my first love, just on the other side of the camera. And I
Mm.
have to say, I know that my experience when I tell a producer, editor, or publisher, "Hey, I used to be a producer. I understand," or I connect with them in that way, it ranks me a little bit higher. I'll tell you a
Mhm.
quick little tip. So most of the producers that you're going to speak to are late 20s, early 30s. I'm a little bit older than that. So and a lot of my clients and people I speak to are like, how am I going to connect with them? How do I create a relationship? I'm 60, she's 25. Like, how am I going to create that relationship? But it's really all about creating the content and the win for the audience. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about bringing the audience together. And that's why I wanted to be in TV anyway. I wanted to bring stories. I wanted to bring lifestyle pieces. I wanted to show our heroes in a different light. So now I just get to do it on the other side.
I love that. No, that makes sense. That makes complete sense because when I mean, I'm finding now that the differences are just kind of so it's so vast and I mean, albeit we're all different. We're in different shapes, colors, sizes, ages, different things like that, all walks of life. And so trying to at least talk to someone or not really having the correct as you say, language in the biz, kind of situation, that can be so intimidating,
Right.
and so you don't know whether you need to be high spirited or just so someone is very knowledgeable. If you
No,
just
it's
go ahead.
no, it's got it. You have to be you. 100% you have to be you because I feel that too. You watch people on TV or you watch people in reality and they have these huge personalities. Guess what? It's really about the story. The huge
Right.
personality only lasts a couple minutes. But if
Hmm.
you could be starting out, you could have no following, you could have no presence, you could don't even need a website. If you have an idea that can serve that publication's TV station platform's audience, that's where the magic happens. So really focusing on that and focusing on they need you just as much as you need them, then I hope that we can pull away some of that fear and pull away some of that imposter syndrome or fraud or whatever you're going to put in your way to create something wonderful for yourself. If
Right.
we can take that away and just it's just about the story, then
Yes.
that's where the magic, that's when really where I don't want to say the magic happens, but like the inspiration comes. And it doesn't always need to be about your business. This is really an important point. And I want, if no one gets anything but this, it doesn't need to be about your business. It doesn't need to be about your mission. There needs to be a story with it. So
Mm.
I'm an interim foster mom, which means that if you have a baby and you don't know if you can keep it, I get to have your baby for 3 days or 5 days before you make the decision. And if you give the baby up, the baby goes to an adoptive family.
Mhm.
So I'm working on getting that message out. I'm working on people understanding that if you live, in a nice place and you have the time and you can take care of somebody else's baby for a couple days and really give back to your community, it's important, and that's important to me. Does it have anything to do with publicity? No. Does it have anything to do with business? No. But it's something that's passionate to me and that I want to get
Mhm.
that message out there, which will help a lot of people. But let's say the flip side of it. The flip side of it, my name's out there. People are going to Google me. What comes up? My business. I
Right.
can put those logos. Good morning, America. I can put those logos on my website, and I've also made a connection to a producer. So it doesn't really matter what you're talking about as long as it's something that you're passionate about and that can actually help the audience.
Yes. Okay. No, no, no. And that makes complete sense. And you definitely want to help the audience with everything that you're capable of doing. You want to bring and be different, but at the same time, if it doesn't help, it really does kind of hinder just a little, just a smidge, or I mean, you never know. It could be entertainment and that always helps. I mean,
Exactly.
look, sometimes we have to laugh to keep from crying.
And those funnels and webinars make us cry. Yes.
No more.
I'm like, who hasn't cried in their closet? I gave
Oh my
myself 20
goodness.
minutes. I had a good 20 minutes and then I
Yeah.
can move on. But, I think part of it is being real and part of it is like having these kind of conversations and being like, it's okay to cry in your closet. It's okay to not know what you're doing. It's not okay to not use your genius and take your talents. I love this quote. Courage is taking your talents through the fear and into the light.
Oh wow. I like that. Courage.
Courage. It just takes courage. And if
Yeah.
you can bet on your talents, which everyone's talented, I don't want anyone to say, hey, well, I'm not talented. There's something special about you.
Yes.
God made everyone special. So taking
Yes.
those talents and taking the fear with you. It's okay to
Mm.
be afraid. I'm afraid every day. Camera's going to go live. I'm afraid, but guess what? I know I can perform. I can talk. God gave me breath. I can make it through.
I love that. I love that. You know what? Sometimes we need to hear other people having their fears, because, fear first is just kind of like one of those things that you kind of go with because that's what you're more comfortable with. A lot of people live in fear and it's just craziness. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, well, what do we do after the
Right.
fear?
Right.
Yes.
How do you
Let's
take
keep
the doubt and make it into something? Like I used to always feel like I wasn't afraid, but I had doubt, and I didn't understand those are actually the same thing. There's no like two. They're not separate. Fear and doubt
Mhm.
are kind of the same. So if you can be okay with the fear and
Yeah.
understand that doubt is a part of growing, then it works. And
It
that's when like the magic happens. That's when the clients come. That's when the TV calls. That's when everything starts happening for you. And
yeah.
it's not woo woo and it's not magic. It's you being aligned with what you want to create.
That's what you definitely want to create. You just want to, I think, so much for as far as the fear goes.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like everybody seems to have more fear than we like to admit,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, but, but, at the same time, all you have to do is try something, do something. You can't sit in that all the time and think you're going to go somewhere with that fear. Like, you can't take it with you. It's
No.
not no.
You can't take it with you. No, you need to be in action. And when I work with my clients, the fear comes up, but I always say that if you are in action, guess what? There's no room for fear. There's no room for doubt. Here's
Yeah,
your like literally here's my plan for the week, right? Like I print it out every Monday. This is what I'm doing this week. So there's no time for me to not know what I'm doing, be afraid, be doubtful because I have something laid out. Right.
yeah,
But on the other side of that, like it's okay to talk about it. And that's a great segment. Let's talk about what fear is really like. Like
yeah.
there's so much wealth and depth inside what you're doing. It's just bringing those out. And, somebody like me helps you bring those things out.
Exactly. And so of course, when you have someone that I feel like with everything that you've been able to do, right? I mean, a standard person would be crapping in their shorts, okay? And so, I mean, to see how you're just so like, you know what? No, I had to get comfortable or learn how to be comfortable in my skin. But more often than not, being comfortable in that gift. The gift that you do have, and knowing that, okay, that gift may not be always the end goal. And when it does change, just don't have that type of fear. Just go with it. It'll be a lot less scarier if you just kind of go with it, right?
Yeah, and I think bringing your people along for the ride. There's that old adage like whoever you spend the 5 people you spend the most time with, like who's your
Mhm.
tribe? Get them together. Put a WhatsApp, make a WhatsApp group or a Voxer group or a text group. And I have several of those groups. And the other day I wrote, I'm fearful today. Like that's exactly what I wrote. I'm having
Mm,
fear today. And I got 5 people. You're amazing. There's no room for like whatever their answers was. And guess what? I felt better because that was a creation I made in my mind,
mm,
right? So when I need a win, when I need something to happen, I can create that, and it gives me that confidence to go this much farther. And
mm.
it's just cycling that. So when
Right.
you have a win, when a client calls you, when somebody likes your first post, when you're asked to be on a stage, you're asked to be in a conference, like that gives you that win. And for me, it really helps me through. So I was just asked to be on a panel discussion as the media for my podcast. I was like, I'm the media now? Like, that's amazing. I can't believe I'm the media now. That helps me keep moving forward because it's working. And you have to
Yeah.
recognize those little increments that work.
It's always the little wins,
Oh,
The little wins will get you so much closer to what it is that you were meant to do. I love that. No, certainly. Okay, so what what can my Mayan tribe, because I do have my own tribe, yes.
yes, you do.
um, what can they do to find the information that you have, and not only that, be able to get involved in what you have, Beth Nydick has to offer, because I think that is an absolutely wonderful, sounds like a wonderful program. And I'm definitely like, okay, I got to push this. I got to push this because there's so many of us that are just kind of like, we don't know which way to go, if we should go right or left, should we stand still and wait for it to come, should we, you never know.
Yeah.
But I want them to be able to come to you to get the professional.
Oh, please. So everyone, please go to my website, bethnydick.com. That's Nydick. And right there, you can download my media workbook. Are you ready for Oprah media workbook? Please get on my email list, and then you can DM me or find me on any social media platform at Beth Nydick. Right now,
No.
right now I'm offering intensives, and I have my mastermind starting next year called the Publicity Primer, your media mentorship collective. Woo!
Wow.
I like the name a lot. I've been working on that for a while. And because what I'm finding is that you might think you're ready for PR. Let's get your business ready. And then, like I said, let's layer on top the media you can create. Let's layer on top those collaborations we can get for you. Let's layer on top those summits that you've been watching for years and years, and you've always wanted to be on that stage. I can help you get there. And I can tell you the simple hacks and tools to make that happen for yourself.
See, you guys, look. Okay, look. Here we go. The tool of the millennium, because it's not just for today. This is something that can take you so much farther than you ever thought that you could actually go. And I want to see that for you. You know, the reason why I do these shows is because a lot of people are stuck where they are and they just feel like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm doing this, but I'm not getting anywhere. I want you to go somewhere. I want to give you the opportunities. I want to give you the people that may be able to, hey, they got to drag you, not kicking and screaming, because, you know, nobody wants that job. But at the same time, you know, I want you to have every tool available to you. So you can't say, well, I don't. No, we don't say that. Okay, we don't. We want to get that out of your vocabulary. We want to give you the, you know, you definitely need a lot more confidence in what you do and why you do it. You know, if now a lot of people are starting to say, you know, oh, well, you know, I want to help other people. Like, okay, so in what way? You know, and I think that is such a very, very interesting conversation because a lot of people have it differently. You know, in what way they're able to kind of help people, which is fine. You know, I mean, it's better than not helping people. That's for darn sure. Let's not do that.
No, we all need to be out for each other right now.
Yes, and I think every little bit helps, and if we can find some type of camaraderie together, you know, and we can all help each other, and we can all, you know, just kind of why we okay, name of the show, Living Your Best Life with Lady Myya. Okay, so who life are you living? Because I mean, obviously, you're not doing something for yourself,
Yeah, you're not
right?
doing it. Yep. 100%. My husband used to say, it must be nice to live in Beth world. And I would say, yes, it is. So let's all create the world that we want to live in and create the people that we want to bring in, that community, that tribe, whatever it is, even if it's one person, really connecting that way, because we all could be successful. But one thing I want everyone to remember is, like, we all have genius in our soul, and it's just being open enough and vulnerable enough and authentic enough to let somebody help us bring that out.
Right. And I mean, as long as we do that and we keep an open mindset, I think it makes things a lot easier, and then you're not so scared because now you're more into teaching, you're more into listening, you got so many, like, she has a list, okay? She has a list. So now if you're learning and you're teaching and you're doing all these things, you don't have time to be fearful. So we need to, hey, buckle down. Let's do this. We can do this thing together. And, you know, here, your number one cheerleader right here, Lady Myya, acting a fool. If you need, listen, you can always hit me up on my on Facebook or Instagram. I'm big on Instagram. I love Instagram. But, you know, Facebook, I kind of get, you know, there's a lot more going on there. But I think, you know, for the most part, when you have people that are going to be in your corner, you want to hold on to those people because they do give you the strength to keep going. And I think that is very important because, you know, that fear will seep in, but you know what? You got good friends, you know, they'll kick that thing out, giving an eviction notice and telling them, don't you come back.
I like the eviction notice. That's awesome. I love that visual. We'll have to create some graphics around that.
Yes. And I think, you know, we all have something. I love Beth has such an amazing, I mean, just what she does and how she does it and just the way she explained it. Oh my God, if you didn't get it, I don't know what to tell you. You got to get
Well,
someone else.
actually, let me say, like, if you didn't get it, then I'm not your person, and that's okay. I'm still
Yeah,
here for you. I'm still gonna answer. I'm the number 2 cheerleader. I'm still gonna answer your questions. You can still DM me. But if I'm not your person, then please go find your person. It's okay
yeah,
that it's not me. There's a million other people that might not have what I have, but it's okay. No, but honestly, finding those people that you connect with, that you resonate with, that you can work with, that can help you get to that next level. It's really what
yeah.
it's all about. And this online thing that we're doing, I think it takes some time to understand that you need to reach your hand down and you need to reach your hand up, because everybody
Mhm.
that's doing this is really open to helping you. But
Yeah.
if you're just sitting at your desk and not reaching out, babes, not going to happen. It's really not. Or it's going to happen. It's going to take you so long with so much strife and so much hurt and so much pain. And
Mm-mm.
neither of us want that for you. So it's time to
No.
step up and reach up.
Yes, yes, yes.
I say fail up. All you got
Fail
to do
up,
is try. Fail up. It's okay to fail up as long as you're trying.
but you gotta. I think when you do get into that fail up situation, now you learn. You
Oh,
learn.
yeah.
Okay, well that didn't work. Let's try something else.
No, like even down to your testing your emails, like sending a email and a B email, or testing your opt-in. Like, it's okay to fail, and that's how we learn. And if you look at the big people, I mean, the 7, 8, 9 figure people, maybe not 7, the 8, 9 figure people, they talk about how they fail. They show their bloopers. They talk about what's not working for them. You know why they're
Yeah.
doing that? Because that's where we all need to get to.
Mhm,
Because that's when you
mhm,
really get to help each other. And when I work with groups and I work with individuals, it's just about expressing what's possible more than anything else. The work's the easy part. It's the brain that's the hard part. It's those little things that you don't know. It's the learning that you need to do. That's the harder part. But like we said, finding those right people to help you and teach you and bring you along.
mhm.
I'd be nowhere without my coaches.
Yes. Hey, you know what? Honey, dearest, we, wow. You know what? The floor is yours. Whatever you would like to say to the Mayan tribe, all of the ears here.
I want to thank you for letting me come on and connecting with your group. I'm hell bent, excuse my language. I'm hell bent on really helping other female entrepreneurs to get to somewhere, because I
Mhm,
too got stuck. And because we have a little bit extra time, I'll tell you this quick story. 3
mhm,
years ago, I had 3 traumatic events happen in my family in 8 months. Health events, car accidents where we lost a loved one. It took me 3 years to get back from that. It honestly did. It took me 3 years to be able to do this again. It took me 3 years to be able to show up for myself again. And if
mhm,
I had, and I honestly believe this, if I had reached out 2 years earlier, even 3 years earlier, and really let my community know what was going on, let my coaches know what was going on, because I don't have an answer why I kept it close. I honestly don't. I don't know why I did. I think I was in so much pain and I couldn't see around it. But I
mhm.
know that if I had done that faster, sooner, I'd be at a different place right now. I'd be farther in what I'm doing. I had moved faster. If I had hired the right coaches at the right time, they would have helped me get somewhere
Yeah,
faster, easier, more efficient. But having those traumas, and we all have, and Corona is a huge trauma. COVID, I'm fortunate. I have a nice house. I have nice children most of the time, a nice husband most of the time, dogs most of the time. But not everyone's fortunate, and we really need to think about that. But it's been traumatic. And if you're going to sit there and say, I'm fine, guess what? I know you're lying. You can't, there's no way to be fine. And what
mhm,
happened? You lost your grandmother you loved. You're not fine.
mhm,
You lost a job that you really loved creating. You're not fine.
mhm.
Whatever is happening in your life, the more that we express that, the more that we're like, hey, tribe, this is what's going on for me. Guess what? You get help. You move through it. You're stronger from it. You're better from it. You're a little bit of everything more from it. And then you can
Mhm.
let go of that. You can let go of the energy that held on for you. You can let go of all that stuff that was holding you down and move through it. And that's why I really talk about being open and honest and vulnerable and authentic, because that's where for me, that's where the magic happens. That's
Yeah.
where, when you're on a segment, I know I keep going back to Good Morning America, but I'm trying to make it come. I'm trying to like speak it into, but if you're on set with Robin Roberts and she's interviewing you, what, you're going to pretend? No. So let's pretend we're always being interviewed by Robin Roberts, who I love. Let's pretend we're always being interviewed by Oprah. Let's pretend we're always being interviewed by Brene Brown or whomever you like, and be your authentic self.
Yes.
I can't wait. Please tell me what's going on with you. Please tell me you've done these little tiny things and they've made a change in your life. They've made a change in your business. They've made a change in your family's life. They will. And I promise you, not only is Lady going to be here for you, but I'm here for you, because I really, in my heart, believe that we need to cultivate that worldwide community, not just who's in your Facebook group and who's my Facebook group. We need to cultivate that worldwide community. And it really, for me, it comes down to those babies. It does. It comes down to holding on to something precious that I know that needs to be safe. But like babies, there's no faking with a baby. They cry, they poop, right? They need to eat. There's no faking it. When you can interact with a baby, or interact with a mom who's had 4 miscarriages, 2 IVF trials, waited 12 months or 25 months to get a baby, and you hand that baby off, your life has changed because you see what's really important. And the likes aren't important in your actual life. The comments aren't important in your actual life. They're important in the trajectory of your business. So, I'd like everyone to take a step back. Think about that story you're not sharing. Do a Facebook Live. Do an Instagram Live. Write a post. Just write it and don't put it out there. But please write down your stories. Please think about starting to share them, because not only will you inspire somebody else, you'll help somebody else. And that, for me, is the most important thing.
Yes. She dropped the mic, y'all.
Amen. I'm going to amen myself.
Oh my goodness. You know what? That was definitely so powerful. It really is. Wow. Like that. Wow. Okay. It's hard to get Lady Myya to not have anything to say. That is the goal of the day. Oh goodness. Well, certainly you have to reach out, you guys. I mean, she's available. She told you her website and everything, where to go and see about her. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to be very impressed by what you see, because she is a phenomenal individual. On her podcast, her telling us the secrets to success, y'all. Secrets. Okay, they won't be so secret once you get it. You're going to be a part of the club, and you're going to be doing things bigger and better. We definitely appreciate her being here, and her time and her effort and her energies for, definitely spending time with us and giving us, another perspective of what it is that we want to do in life, and just those who we can help and those that can help us getting there and getting in front of more people. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Listen, okay, I'm on Patreon now, finally. Okay, so help a sister with this, because I'm definitely trying to get. And I'm getting so much more content, and I'm so blessed and internally grateful for all the people that I get to meet, especially like with Beth and so many others. And this has been such a awesome. I don't think I have enough time in the day to really go through everything else. But I'm very much appreciative on everything that happens in my day-to-day. So I appreciate you guys. I only want you to live your best life. I want everybody to live their best life, because, why not? Why not? Come on now. You can do it. I believe in you.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate your energy, and I just wish you have a blessed day.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yes. Well, we will listen, if you want to be on the show, or if you know someone as well, you can hit me up on my my Gmail account, which is the number 1 Lady Myya, that's MYYA @gmail.com. or you can, go through Facebook as well, or if you want to go through Instagram or Twitter, most of those things kind of come back to me pretty fast, so that's a good thing. So I usually have it in my hand while I'm doing so much. But I appreciate you always, 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 and forever. Woohoo! And so we will talk to you guys later.